Hello everyone, this is Sheshe and today I am making this flower. I hope you can guess what it is. So what I used to make this flower is this stamp, and I'll show you the stamp set that I used. Many of you probably picked it up at a store called Tuesday Morning, but if you have trouble finding it, I did find it on Amazon, and I'll link it in the description box below. It's by Inkadinkado, and it is called Floral Impression Stamps. That's what it says on the back. And you use a tool called a stamping gear, but you don't have to get the gear in order to use it. I just loaded my little stamp on a block, and I stamped a bunch of them, like about 8. And you can fussy cut them out, or you can cut them out with your brother's Scan and Cut. So what I will share with you what I did is when I stamped them out on my brother's and used my brother's Scan and Cut, I did in the beginning cut them out by hand, but I wanted to make a bunch of them, so I just stamped them out like this. Okay, and then in order for it to work on the brother's Scan and Cut, I just took a pen because I wanted it to cut out the whole entire petal. I just connected it at the bottom with the pen, and it cut out the whole petal. And I was able to cut out a bunch of them. So that's what I did. And we're going to start with all the petals being cut to save time. Alright, so I've already cut out them and I've colored some, but I will show you a little process of coloring more. Okay, so I used my canary red and rhubarb, so I'll just give it a little bit more color. And I used the sponge dauber. So here is the colors. And this is what I use for my canary red. So I just give it a little bit more color in there, just so it has like a little bit of two-tone, like that. So you can see in there. Then I switched it out. And give it a little bit more, like a darker color on the tips, like that. Get some on my nails. So it has like this pretty color, and you do that for all of them. And you can just keep switching them out to get the shade that you like. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just do that for what you like. I just want to give it just a little bit more color in there. And I cut out about 8, 4 for the top layer and 4 for the bottom layer. I did use some micro beads for the center and also for a little bit of a stamen. I got this from one of my sets by Heartfelt Creations called the Dogwood. But if you do not have a stamen like that, you can take a strip of black cardstock or whatever color you wish, and you can just do some fringes by just cutting like in a row some little strips like so. And then you have like a row of strips that fringe like that, if you can see all that. And then you just roll it up when you get to that part, if you don't have a stamen. So that's how I got that part. So now I'm going to glue my flower together, and I'll show you how I did that. Now if you don't like the way I glued it, you can also glue it on a circle. But I'm going to share with you how I glued it. Get my glue. Now I just glue 4 petals together. Now there is like a little tip. I'll show you on my purple one. This little tip that I cut off. You can leave it on if you wish, or you can cut it off. It's all up to you. Well, actually it's on the red one. There's this little tip right here. I didn't want that on there because the flower that I am trying to make does not have a little pointy tip. So I just took the scissors and I just trim that off like that. So it's more of a rounded tip. Okay. So I just wanted to share with you that. Alright, so when you're gluing your flower, I just take a little bit of glue, put that on there. And glue. It like in a plus sign type of fashion. So it's going 2 across and 1 up and down. So I'm just going to put a little bit more glue. I got glue on my little fingernail, on my thumb, but that's okay. And you'll want to do that also on the second layer as well. Trying to stay in frame so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to set that to dry. Then we'll work on the other layer and do this again. Now again, if you want, you can glue this on a circle, but I believe that these 4 petals just glued in the center will hold just fine with the glue I'm using. As long as you allow it to dry, like so. And I am going to make 2 flowers. I'm going to make a purple one and a red one, so I'm going to glue this together as well. At it, since they're all colored and cut out. Now I hope you are paying attention to what kind of flower this is, because I'm going to ask you what kind of flower it is. So if you would like to, or if you would like this flower, a set of flowers, and this would be USA only. Sorry for my international friends. I will have a giveaway for you guys in the future. Please leave me a comment in the section below what kind of flower this is. If you still want to play along and you are in another country, you can still leave me a comment and just say you're not playing if you don't want to win the flowers. I am sending out some other things along with this set, and this giveaway will run until Monday, and then when I pick the winner, you'll have until the Friday to respond of that week. So I'll put a date on the screen. Actually, I'll put the information in the description box below of the rules and the deadline of when to respond by. So you have to be 18 years of age, live in the continental US, and give the right answer of what kind of flower this is. And I'll send you a set of the flowers as well as some goodies, okay? Alright, so I have all my flowers glued, and the next thing I want to do is run them through my flower shaping mold. Now, if you don't own one of these, you can emboss them with your styling, you know, like this, and it'll come out just as pretty. So if you would like to see that in another video, I could do that for you, but this video I'm trying to save some time because this tool saves you a lot of time with all that embossing. So what I'm going to do is put my red flowers in here, and I'm just going to demo how I do this. I'm going to put 2 in, okay, and then I'm just going to give it a spritz of water. Alright, and then I'm going to do 2 layers like so, and then I'm going to run this through my machine, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll continue on with the tutorial. Okay, once you have embossed your flowers with the shaping mold, this is how it comes out. All that detail with the crinkles. You don't really have to do much. So I have my stylus. I'm using the Heartfelt Creations Deluxe Shaping Kit. I really like this kit because I can keep up with all the tools. So all I'm going to do is just glue these 2 layers together, and I'm going to take my stylus. Like I said, you don't have to do much. I'm just going to press it down in the middle and just kind of flatten this out a little bit because these flowers don't have a lot of dimension, and the shaping mold gave it a little bit too much dimension. So this will be my bottom layer right here. So I'm just going to flatten this out just a little bit, and this one will be my top layer. So I'm just going to give it some glue on the back. Then I'll share with you what I do. We're going to offset this. Now normally these flowers have a little bit more petals. Some don't. Hopefully you can Google this flower and see that I tried to get as close to the flower in nature as possible. Hopefully you can guess what kind of flower I'm making. Now the stamen, hopefully you can see this one. This is the stamen I'm using. I'm taking 2 of them. Actually I'm going to use 4. So for this one, I'm going to glue oh my, dropped it. Kind of hard to keep up with these little tiny stamens. Okay, I'm going to glue and offset the little stamens and put this in the middle so I can get more in here. Okay, like so. So they're in between, like that. So this is how this looks so far. Then I'm going to take this and glue it down in the center, and I'll show you what I do. So this is how it looks so far. Alright, and now I'm going to take one of my tips and lift the stamens up when it's glued down. And I'm just going to press down the inner rim and lift up the little stamens. Okay, you press the stamen down like this, and then you lift it up like this. Then you take a second one like this, and then you do a second coat of stamens, well, a second layer of stamens. So I'm just going to glue that on so it's a thicker stamen. You can also, like I said, fringe a strip. I'm just going to stick this in here and wait for it to dry. Take my stylus and press that down. In there. And then just take your fingernail and lift all those up. So it's nice and thick in there. Okay, so then we're going to put just a little layer of glue right in there. This is for our microbeads. Alright, so I have a little tiny spoon to scoop some microbeads in there. So I'm going to get my little tray. Sprinkle those in there. And just set that aside to dry. And then you'll put a second layer on. Same thing here. I'm just going to lift all these up. Just a little bit of glue in there. And set that aside to dry. And then you can add some Wingstella or glitter or whatever. So that completes the tutorial. I'll show you some of my flowers that I made in different colors. These are the ones that I plan to send out in the giveaway. I'll post the rules in the description box below, and I'll also state that you should be a subscriber. You must be a subscriber. And again, Continental US, and must have the right answer, what you think these flowers are. And please give this video a thumbs up. And I will also ask you some questions, the winner, to see if you have certain things, so that I don't want to send out some duplicate things in the goodies. But yeah, here are the flowers. I have a lot of them that I made. So I have a lot of reds, and I'll make more purples. But I have a lot of reds that I did, red and white flowers. So this is what they look like in the red and white. So I have 4 red and whites. I plan to make more purple and white. That's how they look, and they have glitter on them. They sparkle. And then here are the red. Oh, here's the red and purple. I plan to make more of these. So just let me know what's your preference, if you like the purple and white or red and white or all the reds or all the purples. Let me know what your favorite color is also in the description box, in the comment section below. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Take care and have a fabulous day.